Okay, voice of God. I'm calling up God right now. Voice of, do you think we'll get Scottish God or American God, Jeremy?
I think, well, I don't know. I'm curious to see.
We have some good questions. Let me remind everybody that if you post a question on YouTube, send it to us on LinkedIn, Instagram, email info@chriscollinsinc.com, and we read your question on the big show. We will send you some swag, which consists of a Service Drive Revolution t-shirt, hat, coffee mug, 3-ring binder, folder, notepad thing.
A bottle of hand sanitizer.
It's funny, the building that we're in here, they came around and handed out sanitizer, and it's just basically rubbing alcohol.
Oh, that's all it is?
I have the real stuff. This is the stuff I'm using, this lavender organic. It's pretty good. But how about questions? God, is God there? Did God leave us?
The voice of God has many questions.
Good. I thought God had left me for a minute. Okay, let's hear it.
God abandons none of his children. This first question comes from Lincoln Delve. After a recommendation, I started watching some of your videos and using them in training of our after-sales teams. Our CSI scores do not match the efforts we put in. We have started to use in our training the CSI Ask Upfront video, which is starting to make a difference in our culture. My aim is to get every service advisor enjoying what they do and enjoying being a part of a team who want to win and be on top. I am just wondering what will hit the spot and how will we do it. I am currently thinking of a challenge where I may need your help. If I can get it past HR, once we are back from this COVID-19 disaster, I am thinking of a weekly challenge which will keep them on their toes, maybe a quiz. What are your thoughts?
First of all, God, when you go back and read the question, does it say ask up front or commit up front?
The question says ask up front.
Okay, so that's one thing we're getting a little bit wrong here. And I want to point this out because these little things matter. Little hinges swing big doors. So it's commit up front, it's not ask. We're not begging for it. We're saying we're going to. We're going to. So remember that. It's about committing up front. And a lot of little things can affect this, right? Our tone, when we do it, how we do it, and the follow-up, and then our performance. So this comes, this comes from when I was a service advisor, and we barely got any surveys. And the surveys, so I was writing service for Cadillac, and they would send them in. They were the handwritten ones. Do you remember those, Jeremy?
I do, yes. Tear them off, send them in.
3 months after a customer came in, you would all of a sudden, the service manager would get email that, your CSI was basically 2 or whatever because somebody trashed you on a survey, and you never had any good ones because really only the people that complained sent them in, and they took their time to send them in. And so what we kind of figured out as a strategy was we need to get good ones. And so we didn't want to beg at the cashier for them. So we were just saying up front, like, hey, this is going to be an amazing experience. And if for any reason it's not an amazing experience, please tell me because I want to know, because I want to fix it, because I want to be your service advisor. I want to be your person in the car business. And so if you're not comfortable and for any reason you feel like I haven't lived up to it, please let me know. And, committing up front, not asking. And so the thing that I would say about that is I would play different games with your advisors. Like I would start with the smile game. So the smile game is just being out there. And if you're playing our regular games, because I'm assuming you're in on demand. So if you're playing a daily game in the drive, I would say that anytime you get a customer to smile and laugh at the car before you take them to write them up, you get a mark on the board, so you get to play the game, and you get $5. So it's going to get the advisors connecting, petting the dogs, really building rapport with the customers, and putting the customers they're going to have to break the ice. So they're going to have to put the customers in a different mindset. And then Once I played the smile game for a couple days, then I would play the commitment game where I would be roaming the drive at peak times. And whenever I hear an advisor commit, do the commitment, then they get a point and they get $5, right? So just like training, potty training a bulldog. So my first bulldog was Rocky, who I tell the pet the dog story about. But one story I don't know that I've told a lot that's funny is growing up, I had Shelties and I had pretty smart dogs. In fact, Joel, who works with us here, Jeremy, is getting a dog, and it's called an Aussie Poo. It's one of those designer dogs. So it's a poodle and an Australian Shepherd, I think. Cute as can be. Like, Google it. They're cute as can be. So she's getting one of those. It's coming. And she just mildly in passing on Zoom one morning in our morning shift meeting says, oh yeah, those are classified as Einstein dogs. Do you know what an Einstein dog is?
I don't.
I don't either, but I can assume a bulldog is not an Einstein dog. I'm just telling you right now, bulldogs they're classified as non-sporting. And if you look at the list of how smart dogs are, you're going to have to go really, really far down the list to find a bulldog.
Okay.
You follow me, right?
Yes.
So I'd had Shelties. Shelties, maybe, I don't know, I know Border Collies are up there. They're always one or two with poodles. Shelties are like Border Collies. But when I got Shelties, they were almost potty trained out of the womb. One time you smack a newspaper and say, don't do that there, and that's pretty much it. Well, when I got Rocky, he would literally look at you, lift his leg, and piss on the couch. And you're like, this idiot. Like, newspapers, nothing worked. And so we're taking this crazy bulldog puppy to training at a police dog school, which that's a stretch in and of itself, right? And we asked the trainer, we're like, hey, this dog does not want to be potty trained. Like, what do we do? Like, we did the thing where we crate trained him and then moved the pads outside. That didn't work, all that. And he goes, no, you can only train bulldogs with treats. He was totally right, bro. Like, literally 3 days later, Rocky would come get you. He'd be like, hey, get the treats. We're going outside. I got to piss. Like, I'm not joking.
Bulldogs are actually smarter than what they get credit for because they have manipulated the system and other dogs have not.
That's good. Have you ever seen the Andy Rooney bit on 60 Minutes about that?
No, I haven't.
That's what he says. He's like, because he has a bulldog, and he's like, I can't believe bulldogs are so low on the list. He's like, who wants a dog that sits when you tell him to sit or rolls over, like, But ends up bulldogs are pretty smart if there's food involved. All of a sudden, their IQs light up and they know what they're doing. But this dog used to come and be like, hey, treats are over there. Go get them because I got to do business in the back. Unbelievable lesson, right? It's kind of the lesson of gamification in a way. So when you play the smile game and you play the commitment game with your advisors, what you're going to find is they're going to be like, hey, boss, come out. Are you going to watch me? You're going to watch me? And they will be begging you to watch them do something that you couldn't get them to do before with all the reminding and everything when you make it a part of the game and you're spiffing them. So that's what I would do. Just like if you have a dealership and you want to sell more cars, the games would start with demos. Every time you get a demo, you get a mark on the board. I'll play a hand of blackjack, whatever. That's how I'd get you to sell more cars. It's the same thing in service. It's all about the petting the dog, the connection, and the commitment. So long-winded answer to your question, but that's what I would do is I would start with the smile game, and then I would switch to the commitment game. It's going to require you to be out there in the drive to do it, but just make it a part of the normal game that you're already doing.
Absolutely. Then I would just add to that, part of the question was that we're not getting the CSIs for all the hard work that we're putting into. And you can't just have that short-term thinking about it where, hey, we're going to go out today and then we expect the service to show up tomorrow. It's got to be, something that's here And if you look at your advisors, the ones who are consistently low are going to consistently not have the inward desire to serve. And then they're basically transactional based. So I would look at, if you're not getting the results that you want, it's probably in your execution, and the customers can see that it's fake and not genuine. And then you really got to go deeper with your team and really pull them into, what is it, where's your passion at? How do you actually execute on this and deliver? And, Chris, for me, it's when I'm on my A game at my shop, we can see literally 10 to 25 stars of review come in every single week. But when we don't perform, we might get 1 or 2 or none. And so if you're not getting the surveys, you got to look at your execution, because you're probably not executing the way that you need to.
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching this clip of Service Drive Revolution. Now you can catch the full episode on YouTube, iTunes, or Spotify, or wherever you consume your podcast. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we post new episodes. I'm Chris Collins, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Chris Bulldog Collins. And I'll see you again on the next episode.